Oh, I'm Sophie. I'm Sojo. Which am I? I'm whatever you want me to be. If you take the So from the Sophie and the Joe from the Johnson Hill and just smash them together, you get Sojo. I'm an animator based in Nottingham. Here is my first Sojo animation for you to enjoy. It's a thunk of the day. Here, have it.
Thunk of the day. When aliens turn grown up, they turn smaller. Thunk of the day. Sojo.
I started the series of thunks because of the brilliant things that kids say. Those, you know, those absolute gems that you're like, oh, I wish I'd recorded that. Those are the things that I love to just capture. And then I asked the child who said the amazing thing to do a little doodle, and then I make their words come out of their artwork.
Thunk of the day. So whatever your teddy's called, you will still love them whatever their name is. A bad name for a teddy would be Poofy Pants or Hairdryer. Thunk of the day. Sojo.
Whenever I say I'm an animator to someone new, they always say, oh, cool, what a brilliant job. And I think, yeah, it is a really cool job, but it's like a pretend job because anyone can be an animator, anyone, because it's so easy. And once you've learnt the software, it's even more easy because it's all just pretty much done for you. So if anyone wants to nick my job, you can do it really easily. Why have I said all of this? But basically anyone can be an animator. I know, anyone can be an animator. You just take loads of still images and play them consecutively, adjusting the movements ever so slightly, and hey presto, you got something moving. So often I will go and do workshops in schools and teach kids how to make their ideas come to life.
The most creative of people are those who have the ability to switch more easily between primary conscious and secondary unconscious thought process. Children find this pretty easy, and this may simply be because their frontal lobes are less developed. As the child matures, he is able to begin to assess whether or not instinctual desires are a good idea or not. The rules and the inhibitions creep in. For me, a successful workshop is about sparking intrigue and allowing a child to feel safe enough to float away from the inhibitions for a while. Quieten the voice with all the rules in our heads, just for a while.
The great thing about animation is you can make anything happen. Like I could make this bee eat that elephant just so easy. Like this. Easy. And that's what I love about animation. Like there's no limits. And when you're working with kids have the most incredible imagination. So you just have this awesomeness, this magic that happens.
Thunk of the day. Every whale lays a daughter. Everyone on the same day. Every day. That's why there's so many fishes in the sea. Thunk of the day. Sojo.
While I was doing my MA, I toyed with the thought that all thoughts are original. I asked kids to tell me the nativity. And when I heard Bryony's story, my niece, I thought, wow, that's probably the best version of the nativity I've ever heard. And I was a choir girl for many, many years in St. Peter's Church, Nottingham. I had to animate it.
Once upon a time, there was a baby called Jesus. And there was a mother called Mary and a father called Joseph. And they were very, 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 very kind to Jesus. They wanted another baby, but then the fairy came and said no. So they had to stick only with Jesus. And then the camels came with the king, and then they said, that's no good, you can't have two babies. We need another baby for you. So they just got another baby for them. So they had two babies called Rosie and Jesus. That's the end of my sentence.
Okay, this next film is the one that made me feel like I'm doing real good stuff as an animator. It was after I had a play session with a little girl called Amaria. I'd been commissioned to do a Thunk of the Day with Amaria, and we'd finished that really quickly, and the commission kind of included a chunk of time for me to be able to get this gem from her, which she did in a flash. In fact, here's Amaria's Thunk of the Day.
Thunk of the day. Baby clouds make rainbows. Ooh, that's pretty. Thunk of the day. Sojo.
Right, so that was her Thunk of the Day. Brilliant, but she did it in a flash. So I thought, I'm going to use the rest of this time just to hang out with her. And we played with the doll's house. She'd knock at the door and I'd say, who is it? And she'd say, it's me, Amaria. And I'd say, are you sure you're not the big bad wolf? And she'd say, no, I'm just Amaria. I'd say, okay, come in. And then we'd swap roles, and she'd be inside and I'd be outside, and I'd say, whatever. In the end, I was left with this amazing footage, and if I snipped it all up and just used her voice, it meant I got this epic film of awesomeness called The Big Bad Wolf. Check it out.
Sometimes people don't be very nice. Squawk about wolves. But they don't know. Some are good. Big bad wolf. Look. Look. It is me. Who are you then? It's me. Are you the big bad wolf? No. Yes. I am a big bad wolf. Are you a nice one or a nasty one? Nice. I am a good wolf. Please, can I come in? Okay, you can come in. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Sojo.
So you know how I said animation is easy? Well, I wasn't lying, but it's tedious. So that's where most normal humans would probably go, you know what, it's not for me. Because it's a very long, laborious process. So bear that in mind, people, when you come at me for quotes. It takes a long time. So, you want to give it a go, start with a flip book. There isn't a cooler form of animation. There isn't. You draw a little tiny picture on each page, and then with these books, these Sojo animation flip books, they're pretty awesome because the pages are just thin enough to get a slight hint of the picture underneath as you're drawing. So I'm going to show you how I would complete one of these bad boys.
How to make a great flip book. Time how long it takes to flip your empty flip book first. That's how long your animation's going to last. So make sure you pick an action that's going to look great in only 3 or 4 seconds. Start doodling on the very back page. Make sure you're drawing well away from the margin side of the book. Remember, you'll lose loads of the page when you're flipping it, so if you're too close to the margin, you just won't see your work. Don't be tempted to rush the action. Remember, when you're using a flip book, some people might miss a couple of pages. If they missed a couple of your pages, would they lose the sense of the animation? You've got to make sure that they would still understand the flow of the animation, even if a couple of pages get missed in the flipping. Okay, that's pretty much all you need to know. Just practice makes perfect. Enjoy your flip books.
Small Steps, Big Changes, or SSBC, as you might know them, have commissioned me to create programs especially for 0 to 4-year-olds during this lockdown period, because normally they would be in Arboretum, Aspley, Bulwell and St Anne's.
Small steps. Big changes. Small steps. Big changes. Small steps. Big changes. Small steps. Big changes.
And obviously they can't get out to those families that need them, and therefore they wanted to just make sure that there's lots of stuff online that parents with little ones can access, and so they asked me to get involved. It's been so lovely, and I want to share with you one of my favourite nursery rhymes. In fact, I'll probably share a couple of them with you, but this one's one of my faves. It's Wheels on the Bus. It is by Charisma, J Dizzle, and the beat is from The Elements and it's banging.
The wheels on the bus, which way do they go? Go! Round and round, kinda like the letter O. The wheels on the bus, which way do they go? Go! Oh! The wheels on the bus go round and round, hey. Round and round, oh. Round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all day long. I'm waiting at the bus stop to go to school. And then I hear music at a loud volume. Check the bus driver, man, he's so cool. Can't believe that driver's taking me to school. The beats on the bus go boom, 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 hey. Boom, 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 boom. The beats on the bus go boom, 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 all then the wipers on the bus didn't work. The driver couldn't see out of the window for dirt. The water wouldn't come out every time he pressed squirt. The water won't squirt cause the wipers don't work.
The wipers on the bus, they swish to the left, swish to the right, swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus, they swish, 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 all day long.
Now I'm looking out the window like,
there's my stop. Kinda pressed above me, it's time to get off.
chatter, chatter, chatter.
Parents talk non-stop. Doesn't matter now, mummy, we've missed our stop.
The parents on the bus, they chatter, 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 chat, 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 chatter, chatter, chatter. The parents on the bus, they chatter, 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 all day long. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all day long.
Kids tell the best stories. Story number 1. The baby, the sound, and the bird. By Morris. Mummy, once upon a time, there was a little baby, and he looked everywhere. And he found a sound, and then he threw it at the sky, and then it bounced on the sky, and then it hit his face. And then he said, "Stop it!" What? And then climbed up a tree, and then he found a bird, and then the bird ate him. That's them. Sojo.
Rona, is that you? I think I've got hiccups, so I apologise if one pops out. Hiccup. That was a funny one, wasn't it? That was done by a little boy called Morris, and he had a new little baby in his world, and he was clearly a little bit annoyed by the baby that day, and it came out in the story, don't you think? Slight annoyance. Loved it. Stories are the way to explore your feelings. It's a great way to talk about stuff. So actually, as a parent, it's a lovely tool to use to start telling stories and exploring feelings and working out what might relate to real life for them, where crossness is creeping in. Crossness! Oh, now that brings me on to a book that I've illustrated and written called The Grumpy Hamster. And it's been published by Sojo and Mouse, which is half me and half mouse.
The girl's mum said, "It's time to go. We can leave him here with all the snow." And off went the young girl with her mum, leaving our snowman feeling quite glum. He watched the path down which they'd gone. He hoped they wouldn't be too long. He began to think what no snowman ought.
Maybe I'm just not special,
he thought.
Two books that have been published and a couple more in the pipeline right now. I'm working on Deep in the Whispering Woods by Holly Staniford at the minute, and that's really exciting. That's an imagination journal for young writers. So The Grumpy Hamster I animated, and I want to share with you a little snippet of the animation, not the whole thing, because actually originally I animated it and then I changed it into a book, and the book has made me sway the ending ever so slightly. So I haven't finished it yet, but you can see the first little chunk. Oh no, maybe I should show you the ending as it was. There are no rules. I could show you. Should I show you? Should I show you the whole thing? Maybe I'll show you the whole thing. I don't know. Let's see. Let's play it and see where I press pause. The Grumpy Hamster by Sophie Johnson Hill.
Once upon a time there was a hamster, and he had a right old attitude problem. Real grumpy with everyone he was.
Squawk!
No one really knew why he was such a grumpo. Then there was his mum. She was a right old crosspatch. No one could work out why. But then there was her teacher, Mrs. Elephant. Oh, what a meaner of a teacher. Always shoving Mummy Hamster in the corner. No one knew why Mrs. Elephant was such a grump face. But then there was Manager Turtle. Always moaning and moaning. No one knew why he was such a big moaner. Did you know crossness bounces from person to person until someone decides they're not really bothered?
Squawk!
The bird didn't bother to take the crossness, so the Grumpy Hamster had to keep it. I don't want to be cross anymore! She shouted at a cat. Just be nice then. Meow. I can't just be nice, you silly Trump badger. Why not? Meow. 'Cause my crossness is in the way. But then a wise old pigeon said, you can change your crossness into useful stuff. But how? I climb up the biggest hill I can find.
I shout with my noisiest voice for a long time. I go on my roller skates. I eat strawberries. I do yoga.
Stubbies, I love stubbies.
The second coolest style of animation is stop motion. Everyone knows that stop motion animation is super cool.
Hello.
Anyone can do stop motion animation. You can get an app for free, stop motion, and just make sure you're not moving your device that you're taking the photos with. Just keep it super nice and still, so when you tap the photo button, tap it so lightly that you're not going to get a wobble. And then just make sure whatever you're manipulating in front of the camera, you're doing it super slowly each time, and that's such a lovely effect. It's so therapeutic as well. It's a lovely exercise to do with your kids. Oh, and the other thing to mention when you're doing stop motion is probably stick with artificial lighting. If you use natural lighting, because it takes so long, the lighting is bound to shift and change, and it completely ruins everything. I've ruined loads of my animations by being a bit lazy with setting up lighting. So artificial lighting, just find a lamp and make sure it's lit somehow.
Thunk of the day. Brad, protect your boobies from going flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. Thunk of the day. Sojo.
If you're interested in getting into animation, one cool thing to think about is animating a logo, because that's a really short, snappy animation. You don't want it to be long at all, and you can think of, like, you can just do anything with the logo. So here's one of my faves that I did for a YouTuber. The other person that I probably need to thank for my whole career is Jayne Williams, who's actually involved in the New Perspectives Nottstopping Festival shenanigans. I've got a big lot of love for her, and here are some of the little snippets of joy that Jayne has swooshed into my world.
My friends and I, when I was 14, we don't really do it now, but we used to go hang out in the park quite a lot because we were poor, so we couldn't really do much more, but we'd just sit in the park. We'd got these chips for like £1 and we just throw them at each other. We'd eat them, but we had quite a few food fights, and there was a swing that we used to go on quite a lot. And there were a lot of dogs that used to come up to us. That was a very key thing.
You got chips?
A lot of chips, a lot of dogs was when I was 14.
Word Wednesday at Leicester Libraries. A long, long time ago, there was a three-eyed monster, and he lived in a flat in the olden days. He went for a walk, and on the way, he knocked on everybody's door. He wanted his lunch, but no one was in to eat, so he went home. Sojo.
Yum, 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 yum.
If you have managed to stick with me this whole time, then you've won a prize. Tiny, invisible monkey, and it's coming to your house right now, so enjoy him. He'll be there in 5 minutes.
A little video to help you to decide what to wear next time you go for a swim. This lady is about to go for a swim. Hey, are you going to wear a swimming costume?
No.
No? Alright. Are you going to wear a bunny costume?
No.
Okay. You going to wear a scuba diver gear? No? Okay. Are you going to be naked?
No.
No? Okay. Each to their own. Each to their own. You're going to wear a bikini, aren't you? No? No. Are you going to wear a burkini?
No.
No? Okay, well, I give up. I suppose it doesn't really matter what you wear,
No.
as long as you have a swim. Okay. Have a good swim then.
Yeah, there's loads on at this Nottstopping Festival, so make sure you check out
Nottstoppingfestival.com/what's-on.
But here's the important bit. We are actually doing this to raise money for the key workers and to get treats for key workers as well. Here is the GoFundMe page. www.gofundme.com/nottstopping. That's NOTT stopping. Right, the final film that I want to show you is really important to me. Most of you are going to be from Nottingham watching this, and so you'll probably know this guy's name, but Owen Jenkins died an absolute hero in the most tragic of circumstances. I knew Owen personally because my son played rugby in the same team as him. They were in the same year group, and he was always just, not only is he a hero now, but he was always the hero of the matches. And yeah, he was so bubbly and brilliant, and he is the biggest loss. So I think Nicola is amazing, and Nicola, you are my hero, and I'm so happy to be part of everything you're doing. And if we can reduce the risk of this happening to anyone else, then even if it's just one person, then we've got a good thing going on. So this next film is a fundraising campaign called Thank You Fish, and no one's seen it yet. You guys are the first. Big love to you all. Thanks for watching, and make sure you come and check out more Sojo animation stuff soon. Bye.
Hello everyone, we're here at Owen's Place to tell you about a special campaign called Thank You Fish. We're developing a scheme especially for educating early years children about the dangers of open water and how to stay safe. I brought in Sophie from Sojo Animation to work with the children at Trent Vale Infant School to develop a story about a fish, a duck and a dog who love water.
So here's what happened. The children at Trent Vale Infants have been very busy helping me out with drawings. We're going to inspire the finished artwork in the storybook and animations, and we will be taking that to schools across the UK to help keep little ones safer around water.
So Sophie, where do the Thank You Fish come into this?
Well, you click on the Thank You Fish campaign link, donate, let's say, a tenner of your hard-earned dosh, and a thank you fish drawn by one of the kids at Trent Vale Infants will give you a shout-out online.
Oh, thank you, Bubba.
And if you or your company donate £100 or more, then you will also get your own personal thank you fish in print on the inside cover of the story Dog, Duck and Fish, and at the end of the Dog, Duck and Fish animation.
So there you have it. Thank you for watching, and let's keep Owen's legacy living on and help keep children safer around water forever.